When people don't know what you've been through, they don't understand your praise. When they don't know what you have sacrificed, those late nights when you wanted to quit, I'm talking to somebody, those times when you were crying saying, I can't make it, you have a reason to celebrate. And let me tell you, with everybody trying to stop your shine, you cannot be stopped. And I'm going to quote the famous lines of the ubiquitous Sean P. Diddy Combs, can't stop, won't stop. Who am I?
All right, good night, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another Unstoppable Live show. All right, it is Monday night. All right, so you know how the thing go from you see Monday night, you know, so it is officially show time. It is time to get the conversation going. All right, now we've covered all different type of topics on this platform, as everybody here already knows. Right, we cover all different type of things where persons wants to get things off of them chest, right? Because that is the reason why this platform was created, for people to be able to talk, for people to be able to release the stress, the tension. Because as you know, as I've always stated, you know, people not really have nobody to talk to sometime, right? So the Unstoppable Live platform was created for that, for people to be able to get their message out and their voices heard. All right. So tonight we have a mother with us who wants to get this off our chest, right? 2 years later, after losing her son, she is still hurting from her loss. 2 years later, after losing her son, she still no get no answers. 2 years later, after losing her son, no closure. So she is here tonight to talk to us and tell us what she is going through, how it all went down, and spread her message. So before I introduce the mother to tonight's program, I want to ask everybody, if you are here, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, please just share out the stream tonight. Share it out to every group that you can, right? If you're on Facebook, share it out to some groups over there. It will be appreciated, all right? And if you're on YouTube, share it out to a WhatsApp contact, all right? And if you're eligible to share it on your community tab, share it out as well. And remember, the more likes you give the live stream is the more it will be recommended. So YouTube, click off the like button. Facebook, give the video a thumbs up so that, you know, it can go into the algorithm and be shared out. All right. Now, I want to introduce the mother here tonight, but before I do that, remember the rules of this platform. We do not allow disrespect of any kind. You will not be allowed to call my mother, the mother names, all right? Like fool, idiot, dunce, jackass, dummy, nothing like that, or else you will be blocked without a second thought, all right? So with that said, I'm going to introduce the mother right here tonight, my guest, to share her ordeal, her situation that she's going through. So good night again. How are you?
Good night. I'm fine, thanks.
All right. Now, before we dive into you sharing your situation, right? I
Yes.
want to ask you, first of all, what is the real reason why you want to share tonight? Before you share with us, just give us a little insight as to why you really want to share tonight.
Okay. The real reason why I want to share this thing tonight is that for the past year and a half, 1 year and 1 year and 7 months to be exact. My son was killed. He was murdered. He was killed because, I mean, he gets stabbed up. He was stabbed and taken to the hospital and all of that, and he died in hospital. From that time until now, I haven't heard anything. I mean, I buried him. He died. I went. I do what I have to do. I lay him down. It was on his birthday. I laid him to rest on Mother's Day. So if any mother can imagine what a mother had been through, right? The siblings, his brothers, his sisters, we have been through a lot. And I mean, it's so much to talk about this young man. He was 34 years old when he got killed.
All right, what I want you to do for me now.
So I just want to.
What I want you to do for me now is I'm going to give you the platform, and I won't interrupt you at all unless myself or one of the viewers have a question. I'm going to give you the platform right now so that you can just talk to us. All right? So go right ahead. The show is yours.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Yeah. My son, he was a taxi driver, and he known not only a taxi driver, he was a bus driver until he becomes a taxi driver. And there's a lot of people who knows him. He was murdered. I mean, stabbed 4 times, and he got stabbed. And I'm going to talk the place where he got stabbed. It was in Portmore. And he picked up 4 stabbed and went him to the hospital. And during the operation, as gone to what I heard, I wasn't there. The doctor said he died because of the stab he got in his belly. He got 4 stabs, and as a mother, I mean, what I'm going through, and, there is not one day past that I don't remember my son. I mean, about a week before that thing happened, he called, we talked, and he always said to me, "Mommy, don't worry yourself, don't worry. I know you have a lot of things going through, you have a lot of difficulties. Mommy, don't worry yourself." And he would always encourage me, I encourage him. And I mean, to know that, he working for his honest living. And I mean, 2 guys, heartless, stab him up 4 times, And even at that time, they were having a good time. They were having their good times in bars, and in clubs and all of that, And I haven't heard anything, I must say, from the police or whatever, or whosoever out there, or whatever the case is. I haven't heard nothing about it, And I just want to put it out there because, I mean, he gone, 2 guys stabbed him up. He died. He gone. He's no more with me. No more with us. I can't hug him again. The last time I hugged my child was in November, not this year, but last year before last November. I hugged him, and I mean, you can't get to hug your child anymore because somebody or whosoever them is decide to destroy them for no reason, for no reason, and oh gosh.
I know it's hard, trust me, everyone who is listening knows it's not an easy thing for you to talk about as a mother, okay, so give us a little bit more insight as to how exactly it happened. I know you say he went over to Portmore and 2 guys approached him and stabbed him up, but from the information you got, give us a little bit more insight as to how it happened.
Okay, I get the information that okay, I know that he run a taxi. So whenever time he get a call or anything like that, he would go. Now he generally goes to Portmore, run taxi to Portmore, and if anybody call him to pick up, he would go pick up, drop off, and thing like that. He was, I get to understand, he was by this club out by Port Henderson, somewhere along the line there. When this young woman run to him, and when the young woman run to him, he I don't know what happened from then, but his car wasn't working. His car wasn't, you know, the car battery down or something happened to the car. So he got out the car and he started fixing the car because he generally fixes his own. He generally fixes it. And this girl run to him, start fixing the car. There was a guy who came and asked him question because figure more or less the girl gone or something like that. And he came out, approached him, asked him question. I don't know the response, what it was or anything like that, but I get to understand the guy went away and get his friend and come and they stab him up. Okay? That's what I heard. And the night, the Good Friday night or sometime Saturday or wherever time or when, I don't know, when the police, if the police get them or hold them or anything, I don't hear nothing about it. Right? So I just want to put it out there to all the mothers of because I am a mother and I'm hurting. You know, I'm hurting. I lose a child, right? Somebody who was dear to me, you know, and I lost him. And there is a lot going on there. There's a lot going on. And we're tired of this killing and all these things because, I mean, there is so much. I mean, you're there and you're scared, you know? You're scared of your own shadow, you know? And I mean, the government ain't doing nothing about it. I have to say that. The government ain't doing nothing about it. I see something happen where they put the guy was talking about the government turn off it. I ain't saying that it's all right for him to say whatever about his mother or whatever. Yeah, but talking like logical fact. I mean, the police took him and said, okay, the same thing you was saying, to apologize to government and stuff like that. You know, why they don't, whenever time these things happen, like this killing and whatever, and they catch these guys who do it or whosoever do it, why they don't put it out there? Put them out, show them to the public and said, you do this, you do that, or whatever. Apologize to the people. You can't bring them back. You know, that can't bring back my son, but at least, you know, maybe they would be doing something because nothing happening, you know? So nothing happening. So and I am hurting about my child.
You're saying that you want the government, when them catch these murderers, instead of just lock them with, put them to the public, make the public see them and know who they are. Expose them is what you're saying.
Right. Expose them to the public first, you know, and then, you know, do whatever they need to do with them. Charge them, lock them up, you know, full time now, man. These things happening to innocent people because they don't care who they go out and kill, and innocent people feeling it. Innocent people, I mean, hurting. It can't more than this 8-year-old as it's just night. Oh God, man, it hurt my heart. You know, so much things happening, man, and we can't, I tell you, it is too much. It is too much to bear as a mother. And let me talk to everybody out there. Nobody gonna know it until it reach your doorstep. Anytime it touch you, then you will understand what it is really, what it really is. because most people out there, they just do things and they don't care. But when it reaches their step, then they will understand, because I know what I went through all of this ordeal. I know what I've been through, I've been through hell and back.
What was your son like? Give us a little insight on what he was like, before all this happened.
Okay, he was somebody like this. He was okay. They call him Rasta. They call him Ras. He wear long hair. He was a Ras. He, and stuff like that. He was very jovial. He come if you want. Okay, take for instance, he come and he talk his mind. He will come back and laugh with you and talk with you and stuff like that. He was that kind of person. He would hug you, laugh with you, Yeah, man, he was such a loving person. When I tell you he was loving, he was such a loving person. He was somebody to be loved. I mean, he used to drive bus. He used to drive coaster bus, and he used to drive the little bus, and then he started driving taxi. He well known. He drive bus in Portmore. He drive taxi. He do it so much, and just trying to see if he could improve himself and say, okay, then he trying to do pick up, drop off, night work, those little things to get an extra dollar. The taxi wasn't even his own. He was driving another man's taxi, a man's car he was driving, and he just doing to make $1.
And how old you say he was when he died?
He was 34, and I lay him to rest on his birthday. When that was on Mother's Day, he was 35.
So he was born on Mother's Day, and you had to bury him
on Mother's Day.
Oh my God! Unstoppable family, when you hear this, a mother had to bury her child on Mother's Day. You can hear the pain in our voice. You can hear it. And it is understandable. So this, every single Mother's Day, you can imagine the pain she feels. Because Mother's Day is now a memory of her loss.
On Mother's Day, he would call me and he would say to me, every time I look at him, I always said, God bless me with a child on Mother's Day. And it's my gift. And, he got killed in March, that year. And, the COVID and everything. And we didn't get his body until 3 months before they give us the body. And that was few days before Mother's Day. So we lay him to rest on his birthday. Yeah. And if anybody knows what it is, when Mother's Day come around, he would call me and he would say, Mommy, happy Mother's Day. Always tell me, every time he called me, say, Mommy, I love you, Mommy, I love you, I love you. I only call you to tell you I love you. That's all why I called you, to tell you I love you. And I mean, they take away all of that from me. They take away all of that.
Okay. My heart heavy, Mommy. God know my heart feel heavy right now for you. My heart is heavy right now. So, 2 years later, because you say it's about 2 years now, right? Since this happened, right?
It's 1 year and 7, I think March, April, May, June, July, August. A year and 6 months. March gone 1 year.
Since then.
February, yeah.
Since then, right? what happened? Was there a case? Was there a trial? Did the murderers get convicted? What happened?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
So they were never caught?
Pardon?
They were never caught?
Well, I heard that they got caught. I heard that. I don't know. I heard that. I have no clue. I have no clue what happened. I have no clue.
So when you contact the police to get information from them about this situation, are they cooperative with you? Do they say, well, this is the leads we have? Anything like that?
No, because I did not go to them. I did not go to them because the one who come and talk and all of that and whatever went down. I haven't went to any of them. I haven't talked to any of them. I haven't done nothing. You know, because I was figure more or less in case anything they would call and say, okay, this, that, or whatever the case is, and nobody says nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody says nothing. In last year, no, not last. In sometime this year, they call one of his brother to one of the police station there, call one of his brother to pick up some item that when he went to the doctor, and that is over 1 year. That's over 1 year, and they call him to pick up some stuff they have out there for him, and nothing. They haven't called and said, okay, there is a case here or whatever. Somebody, there is nothing we haven't heard. Nothing.
I don't want to put you back in that state of mind, right? But how did you hear about your son's passing when he passed away? How did you hear about it?
Okay, when he got the when the incident happened, I get to understand he went into the car. He went into the car, and when he went into the car, he couldn't drive. So he was dashed over the steering, and as if I think he called this guy and asked him to carry him. And I heard that he said, "Don't stop, and don't stop, just press gas, don't stop." And he went to the hospital. And when he went there, I mean, he gave them the phone number of his brother. He gave them what do you call it? The brother phone number. He gave them his phone. He gave them everything, and no one called his brother and said anything to him. You know, the brother didn't hear that until about after 10 that morning, when all of that happened, maybe about 3-4 o'clock that morning. You know, because he generally went and pick up and drop off. So up to that present time, no doctor called, no nurse called, nobody called the brother. When the brother went out there at that time, they said they couldn't. He couldn't see him because he was in theater, and he went back 5 o'clock. He couldn't see him 5 o'clock. They said 6 or 7. So when he went back between 6 to 7 o'clock, he saw him. And when he saw him, when he went in there, he was on the machine. He said he was on the machine, and because they do the operation, he got the 4 stab, and the one in the belly, They operate on him, and they put him to life machine or something, whatever that is. And when he went in there and saw him, and he called him by his name, and he said, "Big brother is here." And when he just looked up on him and hold his two hands up in the air, and they fell down, and then his two hands just fell at his side. You know, as if to say, "Thank you, brother, you reached." So finally he went at that moment. And then his sisters went in, because all of them couldn't go at the same time. And the rest of the siblings went in. And when they went in, one of the sisters says his eyes was just rolling over. And he was saying to him, hold on, don't go, hold on. But I within my feelings and myself, I know he went from that night, you know? So they said he wanted blood. When the brother went there, they said he wanted blood. He said, okay, let me give some blood now that he could get some blood. They said, no, that he can't give the blood at that same time. So the doctor was saying he not taking in the blood, because so they give him the blood, the blood ain't going through. And that's what happened. He just passed. He just passed. He just passed.
I know it's not easy for you to talk about, and I can hear the pain in your voice, like I stated before. And the community, the comment section sympathizes with you, you know. As a mother, you know, having to relive this situation, this horrible moment in your life, I know it's not easy, but you want to get it out. Now, you're not presently in Jamaica. You weren't in Jamaica when this happened, right? Correct?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. My reason for asking you this, with you being out of the country, and you're a Jamaican out of the country, overseas, and you lost someone that you love dearly to crime and violence in Jamaica, how does that make you feel about your country, Jamaica, as a mother who lost a son?
Okay, being a mother, I love Jamaica. I love Jamaica. No matter where you go, trust me, there's nowhere like your home, right? And I mean, these things that happening in Jamaica, I mean, people scared to come. I mean, I scared to come to live in Jamaica, you know. But it depends on maybe who you mix with, or and stuff like that. Because I mean, I've spent most of my life there, and I never have any problem with anybody. I never have problem with anybody, and I raise my children, and they never have problem with anybody, you know. But because of this bad mind thing and this, they don't talk. We are a set of people who don't like to talk. I mean, get things, you know, out and talk and all of that, so that, I mean, communication is the key. And in Jamaica, there is no communication. It's like because of the, I don't know, because of the I wouldn't say poverty, because in Jamaica it's not poverty. It's not, you know, but because of this communication and this, you know, mindset, because we do have a mindset in Jamaica. You know, we do have this mindset in Jamaica. I mean, when I was growing up, I remember they saying, see no evil, hear no evil. What? You see no evil, you hear no evil, and you speak no evil. You see? And we have been grown like that until, I think, until now. You know, because nothing we see and talk and, you know, we don't see, we don't talk, we don't, nothing. Everything just remain dead, you know? And I mean, Jamaica is so beautiful. Jamaica is beautiful, but the people heart is very corrupt, you know? Very corrupt because, I mean, too much killing, too much violence, too much crime, too much hate, you know? Too much of all of these things happening in Jamaica, man. The simple little things we choose to kill. Yeah, simple little things we choose.
Based on what you told,
Death over life.
based on what you
We
told
don't
us,
choose life over death. We
based,
are just destroying ourselves. That's all we're doing. Because you know what you do to when you do things to other people, you think you do you think you do that person anything you're doing yourself. You know? Because we are one. We are one. In everything we do, we are one. So we only destroying each other, destroying ourselves. That's all we're doing. That's all.
based on what
Yeah.
you told us, happened to your son, right? It sounds as if he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time because these, you're saying they are fixing car at the time you mentioned, right?
He's a taxi driver. He went there to pick up because I mean, you know, the clubs are there for the whole night. You have clubs and party and bar and stuff like that. But he drive taxi, so he work. You know, if he would have like passengers who call him to pick up and drop off. So he was doing that.
And you said
You know,
a girl run out of the club towards him.
Yes, I get to understand. That's what I heard. That a girl was in the club and the girl run out of the club because he and one of the boy have something happened between the both of them, and she run out. I get to understand that she stopped the boy and run out, run to my son, and when she run to him, his car like she telling him to go to drop her or carry her, but his car wasn't working. His car was but it wasn't starting, so he got out the car and starting to fix the car and at that point the boy walked up to him, asked him a question. He was there still fixing the car. I don't know if the girl was anywhere around or anything like that. But he get another friend come back, and that's what happened. They stabbed him 4 times.
But if this girl who run towards him had an altercation with the guys inside the club, and she run out and run towards your son, then this girl should be able to identify his killers then. So why is it that nothing came out of this?
I heard that. I don't know the girl. I don't know nothing about it. I heard it, right? I cannot tell you nothing about it. I only heard, right? As I said, I didn't go to no police station. I didn't say nothing because I was waiting for the police to call or anything like that, and they did not call. They did not come. They did not say nothing.
A lot of the viewers in the comment section saying you should still try reaching out to the police, the investigators, the detective, whoever was in charge of that case, and try to find out if your son's murderer or murderers were convicted or what's happening. They're saying that you still should.
Okay. Okay. Let me put this on. Let me say this another. Well, let me say this too. I had this my eldest children, their dad was murdered 2 years ago, and that one took place in St. Elizabeth. He was murdered by his relative, and they didn't go to the police. The police contacted them, and that thing happened in St. Elizabeth, and he was living in Kingston. So I figure more or less that whosoever, they would get contact with me or anything like that. Well, they never get contact with me, and with all the COVID and everything that was going on, I didn't went by them.
Right.
I was waiting for a call.
Right, but mommy, over a year later, you should have reached out and say, listen, what's going on with this? If you see you get a call after a year pass, yeah, you should have reached out. Even before it reached a year, but you understand? Because and if this case was never solved, then it's still an open case, right? So you still can call and check on it to find out what's the situation, what's the status, and if they ever followed up with this young lady, because then that would have been a witness to the crime. So I am saying that you still should reach out, and a lot of the viewers in the comment section still saying that you should reach out and try to inquire what happened, or if anything is happening, or if it's just a cold case. All right?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I need to do that.
Now let me ask you a question though. Because I'm sensing something. Could it possibly be that you didn't do any of that out of fear, concern for yourself, or probably your other relatives of Jamaica?
My siblings, I have other children, and I don't want anything to happen to any of them.
Because that's what I'm sensing. Just by listening to you, I'm kind of sensing that you probably never follow it up because you're concerned about safety.
Yes. Yes.
Viewers, the phone line is now open, 876-420-3368. If you're on Facebook and you want to call in, like I said, it's via WhatsApp, 876-420-3368. If you want to say a few words to this mother tonight, because you can hear that she is very, very emotional, you understand, and it's understandable why she would be emotional, right? And I'm quite sure she would appreciate a few kind words from her fellow Jamaicans. If you're listening and you want to say something positive to her, give her some advice, whatever you want to say to this mother right now, you can start calling in. The phone line is open, 876-420-3368. All right. He was what, your second oldest? What was he?
He's my fourth eldest. He's my fourth child.
But he's not your last.
No.
How did this affect your other kids?
I mean, that's why I'm telling you now. His brother, his eldest brother. I mean, wherever time it's his birthday, or his birthday come the other day, and Mother's Day and all of that, he have to he said he can't eat, he couldn't eat, he had to go by his grave and visit. I mean, since he passed, he went there 3 times just to visit, just for a peace of mind. Because I mean, they were so close. There was very, very close. I mean, every time, okay, if I'm talking to, when I'm talking to the one that he followed and the one that followed after him, each time I talk to them, it's like I just freeze. And I don't want to say anything because every time I talk, he just come before me. I just remembering him. I seen him. I mean, and there is nothing I can do. I'm trying to protect the rest of my sibling, the rest of my children.
I understand. Salita, the number is 876-420-3368. Could someone on Facebook just write the number in the comments for Salita for me? It's 876-420-3368 via WhatsApp. All right. So if you want to call in, that's the number right there. Now, since it happened, how did you take it? At what point did you really get a grip to say, you have to bounce back, you have to continue pushing on? What was it like for you after your son's passing?
Okay, after the passing, I was here and I couldn't the night before it happened. For that whole night I didn't sleep. I woke up the morning, and when I woke up the morning about 7 o'clock, I went in the kitchen and the passageway. I stand and I said to myself, he just come before me. He just come before me, and I said, but I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him in a long while. About 2 weeks, I didn't heard from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't hear from him in a good while. And I went to the phone to make a call. And when I went to the phone, I said, I know the kind of person he is. So I said, let me leave it. Because whenever time he call, he would just call and say, Mommy, you all right? That's all I call you, to know if you're all right and stuff like that. As long as you're all right, Mommy, I'm okay. And Mommy, I love you, I love you, I love you. And he would always keep on saying, I love you, Mommy, until I said, okay, I love you, I love you. And then he would say, Mommy, hang the phone up. Right? I ain't gonna hang the phone up, Mommy. You hang the phone up. And for that night, whole night, I didn't sleep. And when I got the news the morning, I said no. I said, I saw it this morning. I know something wasn't right. And at that point, I said my son's life had been set up. Yeah, they set up my son's life.
All right. We have a caller. Caller, good night. Thank you for calling in.
Good night. Good night. My name is Salita Adams. Salita Barrett Adams. I want to encourage the mother to take heart, because I lost two sons on the same date but different years, and it's very hard. I was in Jamaica at the time. I went to go to one of my son's graves, and then when I go there, to my son's grave, the morning about 12:37, two guys walk up and shot my son in the Bronx and kill him right underneath my window. And I know how you feel. I can, I have empathy. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. But God is able. Just trust God, because God, He is a way maker. And whatever every man do, it's going to come back to them. If it don't come back to them one way, it's going to come back to them another way. And, the other day, I didn't even get to go outside because on August 3rd, it placed a dent in my heart. Every time August 3rd comes around, I don't come out of my house, none at all. Because that's the date my two sons died. My oldest son died on August 3rd, 2009. And August 3rd, 2013, they killed my little son, my last son. So I know what you're feeling. But thank God the police them catch all of them that killed my son. And they're in jail now. You can't stop. You got to pursue. You can't fear. Put God first and trust God first, because you have to get some closure. If you don't get no closure, you're not going to have any peace. So I'm telling you today, don't give up. because God is going to make the way. And God bless you. And I continue to pray your strength in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you so much for calling in, Salita. I appreciate it. All right.
God bless you. Yes.
All right. Much love. All right. I'm seeing Facebook saying they couldn't hear Salita. Were you? I turned the volume up. Hopefully, Una could I hear after I turned the volume up. Mom, listen. What do you want to really say to the government now? Because you say you wanted to address them.
Okay. There is a thing circling on YouTube and all over, with the police asking this guy to apologize to the police. Now, this guy show everything on the internet, and he say what he have to say. Yes, some of it wasn't so uplifting or stuff like that, but he was saying what he was saying. The police caught him, say he disrespected the prime minister, and he should apologize to the prime minister. And I mean, the guy apologized to the prime minister. Now, these guys who killed my son, if they catch them, or whatever the case is, they need to let them apologize and pay for whatever wrongs they does, right? And all of these killing that's happening in Jamaica, they need to let them apologize to the family and to Jamaica and charge them for what they done, or let them pay for what they have done. They need to pay. We can't be just doing this thing. They can't be just doing these things, and constantly be doing them, right? As I said, that thing that boy or that guy does, and he have to apologize in public to the prime minister. These who killing and doing these things to innocent people, they need to apologize. They need to apologize to us, and apologize to the public, and pay for all the wrongs that they have been doing. Yeah, they need to. The government need to see to it that this thing happen. Because the same way they can be apologizing to them, to the government. Yeah, we need that. We need that. We need that kind of respect. You know, we need that kind of respect. The government getting, we need it. Especially the mothers who their children are dying. We need it.
All right, mommy. I want to ask you to continue staying strong. You know, like I see a lot of the viewers commenting and saying, you know, stay strong in God. You know, I want to ask you to continue staying strong. I know it's not an easy thing to ask because, like I said, every Mother's Day, I am quite sure you get emotional. Am I right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it, sir. And that's the only birthday. Okay. For all my siblings, for all my children that I have, his birthday is the only birthday I remember. That's the only one I remember.
I know it's a painful memory.
And that's a painful one. Nothing come with. I mean, if I didn't have people around me whom, you know, I could talk to and all of that, I don't think I could be here. because the thing that kept me when I was back home was my grandchildren, and the rest of my children and my grandchildren. Those are the ones that kept me, especially the grandchildren. Those are the ones who kept me. They would play with me, I would play with them, and you know, that's how I get through.
Speaking of grandchildren, did your son have kids?
No, he didn't have any. Well, and that's the thing, that's one of the things too I feel, because I said maybe if he even have one child that, you know, I could say yes, he left back something for me to see, but there's nothing behind. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your ordeal with us tonight. I know it wasn't easy to do, but you wanted to get your message out there, and I do appreciate you taking the time to do that with us tonight. All right? I know you may be a little bit emotional right now, but stay strong in God, and thanks again. All right, Mom?
Okay, sir, and thanks a lot for doing all of this for me. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, have a blessed night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Unstoppable family, I can understand what this mother is saying. Sister Villiers says she don't want no apology from them. You know, I understand what Sister Villiers said too, but I also understand what the mother is saying. You know, she's basically saying when these criminals commit these acts, even if they are caught, because you have to first catch them first to get them to be able to publicize them. But she's saying when these criminals commit these acts and they are caught, they need to be paraded in the public eye for everybody can see them and know who they are. I've seen where other countries do it. Other Caribbean countries do it. I know of Caribbean islands right now that does that. For whatever crime you commit, when you're going to court, the news media is at the courthouse capturing you going into court for your crime. And on some of these videos, you want to see the criminal, them a hide them face. Them a pull them sweater over them face, or them a pull up them shirt over them face and a cover up them face and try to hide in an attempt for nobody to see them. But they are criminals going to court, get convicted of these crimes, but at the same time they don't want nobody see them face. And I'm talking about in these countries where I see where, you know, they do it. The courthouse contact the news media, and the news media is there when a court time and them a march out to be tried. It's made public. Everybody see these criminals. So I understand what this mother is saying. Now I see a lot of, I see Kalina, big up Kalina. Kalina say, you know, hang them. But the thing is, Jamaicans has been crying out for that for so long, right? For so long, Jamaicans has been crying out and saying, we want hanging for come back. But at this point, I don't even think it makes no sense crying out for that no more, because I don't think that will happen. Because clearly, they are not listening to the cries of the citizens. They are not listening to the cries of the people. You know, they are not listening to the cries of the people. It is just that simple. You know? It is a sad situation whenever a parent has to bury a child. And I said it the other day, it should be the other way around. A child should bury their parent. It should never be a parent burying their child. Sad situation when a parent have to bury them, Pitney. And worse, if that child did not die of natural causes. You see, if you bury a child and it's of natural causes, at least you can say, well, you know, God took my child back and I understand. God knows best. But for no say someone scrupulous murderer take your child from you. Not a pretty one for beer. Not a pretty one for beer. My heart heavy tonight listening to what this mother had to share. Very heavy. Viewers, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This has been another one from Unstoppable TV, Unstoppable Live. If it's your first time here and you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube platform, please consider subscribing. If you're on Facebook and you have not yet hit that follow button and the like button, please consider following our platform so that once we go live with topics like these, nothing no miss no. All right? And also I want to remind you that this is the platform that you can reach out to share your ordeals, to share your situations, to share whatever you're going through, to share whatever you want to get off of your chest. And it doesn't have to be a topic like this. It can be about anything that you want to really get out there, anything that you want to talk about. This is the platform where you can do so. 876-420-3368. That is the number right there. All you have to do is send a WhatsApp message and say, Unstoppable, I have a story I want to share. Unstoppable, I want to get my voice heard. It is very easy. Just send a WhatsApp message. Facebook, if you haven't signed up to become a supporter of the platform, I'm asking you please to sign up and become a supporter. It's very simple. Right below, next to the comment section area right there where you click to comment, there is an icon right there with a heart in it, a green heart in it. Just click that and sign up to become a supporter of the page. You know, it is very much appreciated. YouTube, if you have not yet signed up to become a supporter, click the join button and sign up to become a supporter. If you are already a supporter, then it's your time right now to start marching out. Whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, march out right now. YouTube already know how to march out. If you're on Facebook and you don't know how to march out yet, then all you need to do is send in the flames and I will spot you as a supporter. See Fly Girl over there as a supporter. Alright, then Selita Barrett is a supporter. Blessings. So let's start with YouTube. Alright, marching out over here on YouTube right now, we got coming out Oral Blake rocking a golden VIP badge. Then we got the one named Candice Unstoppable rocking a super VIP badge to her name. We have none other than Nylan Baxter in the building rocking a super VIP badge as well. Lady B Unstoppable is rocking a extreme VIP badge beside her name. We have Sharon Hansen in the building and Sharon is rocking an extreme VIP as well. Stush Pumpkin is here rocking an extreme VIP badge. Now we got none other than Mina Unstoppable rocking a super VIP badge beside her name as well. Tappers is in the building and Tappers is rocking a super VIP badge. Lady Margaret, welcome. Lady Margaret is rocking a super VIP badge. Zenobia Henry is in the building rocking an extreme VIP badge. Sylvia Unstoppable is rocking a super VIP badge beside her name. Maxima there as well and a rock a super VIP badge. Joy Blackwood is in the building rocking a golden extreme VIP. Alright, and as I speak of Joy, I want to big up Joy and Shelly the Boss. Shelly the Boss went over to the merch store and got Mama Joy her Unstoppable merch for her birthday. So big up to Shelly the Boss and big up to Joy. Alright, yeah man, much love. So Facebook, if you don't get on the merch yet, visit the merch store and get an Unstoppable merch. Alright, Sevilla Pratt in the building, big up to Sevilla. Gary Logan is rocking an extreme VIP badge as well. Alright, and that looks like it's all the officials over here on YouTube. So let me jump over Facebook and see where I go on. Alright, so over here on Facebook, we got none other than the loyalist Dewey and Randolph in the building rocking him badge over there on Facebook. Selita is rocking her badge as well. Fly Girl is signed up and rocking her badge over there as well. Let me see who else. Angie, big up yourself. Merville Mackey is rocking her badge and is a supporter over there on Facebook. Thank you so much, Merville, for that PayPal contribution you sent in, by the way. It's appreciated. All right, where the rest of the supporter them there on Facebook? Come in and see nobody else a march out. How I go on? That means some more around need to sign up and become a supporter. Negrita Unstoppable is marching out, rocking a extreme VIP badge. Viewers, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Mr. Lady B said Unstoppably done already. Yeah, you know the show is supposed to be an hour. Unruly whenever me go over an hour. All right, Lucy Archibald is in the building. Lucy is marching out as a supporter over there on Facebook. Big up, Lucy. All right, then. Sylvia want to get her big up over there on Facebook too. Sylvia say, me I run off of YouTube for a quick second and go over Facebook. So Sylvia Unstoppable is a supporter over there on Facebook as well. Big up to Sylvia, all right, for being a supporter on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, and you see that is what you call love right there. Sylvia sign up on Facebook and YouTube. Dwayne did the same thing to big up to Dwayne signing up on Facebook and YouTube. Alright, Dwayne, thank you so much for that super chat you just sent in, my brother. Appreciate it. Oral Blake, thank you for that super chat contribution. It is appreciated. Alright, to everybody who contributes to this platform in whichever way you do, just know that I do appreciate it. It can be monetary super chat, Cash App, Zelle, I appreciate it. But even if you support the platform just by clicking the like button, just by sharing out the show, just by telling somebody about the show, that is you contributing to the platform, and I do appreciate it. All right. Kissy Unstoppable is marching out as well, rocking her extreme VIP badge beside her name. Viewers, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And this is the end of the program, and I will see you all Wednesday night for another awesome show. Be blessed. Have a great night.
See the music, 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 move your waistline, move your shoulders,